Hello, in this show I'm going to be talking about buying a business in New Hampshire. I'm going to be talking more at the fundamental levels. Perhaps you're buying a pizza place, a health fitness center, a services thing, everything from doing tax returns to some high-tech, maybe software consulting, all of those types of things. You might be in a situation where you're actually interested in buying that business. The first thing that you want to do is you want to get a team together. You want to get an accountant and you want to get a lawyer together before you make any real decisions. Now, the scope of what you're doing matters, of course, as to how much work you have for a lawyer. I obviously, if I'm creating something for a pizza place that they're paying maybe $100,000 or $200,000 for the pizza place, and they're just creating a new entity and buying it and then negotiating with a lease, I can sometimes quote them, and I do quote a flat fee for that. And I've also found, interestingly enough, my flat fee, while it's still worthwhile for myself, is a very small multiple. Some of the larger firms are multiples of that size of the fee. You don't need a ridiculously complex matter or contract for this, but you don't pull it off the internet either. I've seen when somebody buys something from the internet, they think that they have a prepackaged proposal. It doesn't have what I call, and this is a little bit of northern New England humor, the moose crossing sign clauses. And the moose crossing sign clauses are, in fact, there's something that you have experience, you know what's happened, and then you put a provision in there because of the experience. And I have the experience in dealing with a lot of these business sales, and whether that's a New Hampshire specific experience, or I'm licensed in Massachusetts, or specific to this particular industry, or just in general the asset sales, the purchase of a business, you want to have those details in there. You need some details in there. By way of example, you want to make sure that your business, if you're purchasing the business, is contingent on if the business currently you want to stay at that location and they're leasing from a landlord, you want to be able to have this business sale contingent on you being able to work out a deal with this landlord. I've had situations, particularly in this most recent market, with the commercial real estates being a little more challenging than the residential currently, where the actual landlords might be willing to even sell you the business, sell you the real estate. So you have a separate, unrelated entity to the seller of the business that's owning the property. They may actually be willing to sell you the dirt, the brick and mortars in regards to that. It's not as common, but it does happen. I've had it in a couple of deals just in 2023 now. So you want to address all of those issues. You want to understand what the lease provisions are. Is the landlord going to give you enough time to build out your business, build up the business? If you're buying a business at a lower rate because you need to grow the customer base, are you going to have enough time to grow that customer base and then have the strength there to prove to the landlord that you want to stay there, or be attractive to another landlord if you want to make the move? All of those things matter. You want to understand, do you have a franchise? What's your affiliation? Do you need to get a approval with the franchisor before you enter into this agreement? Are you doing financing? Are you paying cash, or are you doing financing? If you're doing financing, you want to make sure that there's a provision in there that allows you to be subject to getting financing from your local bank. If you're dealing with an SBA loan, a Small Business Administration loan, understand it's going to take a little longer of a process. It's going to be a little more expensive, maybe a little longer, but certainly more expensive in your loan fees in regards to that, because there's a bank and the SBA both have to approve the processes. But all of that stuff matters in dealing with the issues. You generally want to also do an asset sale. You want to buy the property. You generally, with the exception of certain situations, you want to buy the assets, and you want to make sure the employees in their relationship with the employer that you're buying the business from, and you can start up a new relationship, but you don't want to pay vacation time and the likes for that. Those are some of those moose crossing sign provisions that I put into contracts, and we can talk about that in detail. If you have a situation, you can call us at 603-883-5501. That's 603-883-5501. Or you can check out our website at hamker.com. I look forward to the opportunity to working with you if the opportunity does arise. Thank you.